All rise, please. Thank you.
Did you say all eyes?
All eyes on me.
All eyes.
I think Randy Brazil was in first today. Check it out. A reading now from the book of Bro, according to Tony Bromo. Praise be to Bro. Preach on. I'm going to preach on, Ronnie.
Do it. Do it, brother.
A bro shows up to a Super Bowl party with at least one more unit of alcohol than they plan to drink.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, brother.
At a Super Bowl party, bros don't break up chick fights until a sufficient amount of clothing has been pulled off.
Preach, brother.
At a Super Bowl party, when a bro leaves his seat, that seat becomes vacant and cannot be reclaimed if another bro takes it.
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
And finally, sometimes it's a tough pill to swallow when I have to preach on.
Yeah, that's a bitter pill to swallow right
See,
there.
because that's what I'm doing. I know I'm live on my channel. I understand. Turn that son of a bitch down. I will preach on, and I'll end up this morning with this one, and then we will move on with our Sunday morning Men Are So Smart Super Bowl-a-looza. You better be more excited than that, because you know what? When this show is over in 1 hour, you're going to be so battered and bruised with Super Bowl facts, etc., that your head will be virtually spinning.
It could turn into that, like the scene from Scanners, where your head actually blows up.
I remember that scene. Yeah, that's iconic.
Yeah,
And finally this morning, a bro and a brother are not the same thing.
Oh no, bro.
Right, bro?
Right, bro.
All right, brother.
Right, bro.
This has been a reading from the book of Bro, according to Tony Bromo. Praise be to Bro.
Bro ho ho.
All right, welcome to the show. There's the Bro book. Let me get rid of that. Glad you're here. Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Ronnie, I know that you are not participating, or nor are you partaking.
No, we in fact yesterday we are liquidating all the items inside my mom's house.
Is everything marked to move? Marked down to move?
It's going to be lower today, but yes, we sold $600 worth of stuff yesterday.
Are prices slashed today to move?
And today, prices are even lower. Yes.
You should give the address out.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, 3712 Marconi Avenue. I'll be there selling stuff.
It's near Marconi and Watt.
Yeah, if you need an Art Deco bedroom set, we have one that's it's crazy. It's over the moon. It's beautiful.
I tell you what.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Hey, let's look at the room here and see who all's here.
Absolutely.
Melanie was first one in today.
Good morning, that's Melanie. Awesome. She's really, you know what? She is a super achiever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's on the ball.
You just tell her one time.
Katie's here.
Hi, Katie. Good morning. I'm going to take my time here today. I'm not going to rush, okay?
Kathy Garcia.
Kathy, good morning. Kathy, do you miss the radio show?
I don't know. That's right. She's a refugee from the K-Hits garage.
Yeah, I kind of, I'm going to say at this point, I'm contemplating something.
Ooh. Well, shouldn't you be on the toilet to do that? That's where I do my best contemplating.
Well, that's where I started with the idea. And then it seemed to merge.
Tisha's here.
Good morning, Tisha. I hope you're doing fine. Well.
Vicky, Rick are here.
Who?
Vicky and Rick Clemenson.
Oh,
well,
Rick is. Vicky. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, it's Vicky, and then it's Rick Clemenson.
Rick Clemenson is doing much better, he tells me.
Yes, Yeah,
He's getting stronger every day. Isn't that a Chicago song?
it is. It's a good one. One of my favorites, in
Mm-hmm.
fact.
Mm-hmm.
Salty Dog is here.
Always a good show when Salty Dog is here.
Randy's here, and Randy says no sports. So
No sports
yeah,
the whole day. Is that what he's saying? Not even golf?
it appears that way. I don't know. If dodgeball was on, I bet he'd probably watch it, or roller derby.
Sure.
I'd watch me some roller derby.
Can you blame him? What about bowling? Well, how about bowling? Where does everybody stand on that?
You know what? I lost interest in bowling is when they started rolling it with two hands. Have you seen those guys that use two hands to roll the ball?
Sure.
That's right. That's where you lost me.
Well, there's all kinds of variations of that too, because some of them put two fingers in the ball, no thumb.
Oh, wow.
Some of them don't put anything in there and just spin that MFer.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like bowling to me. That just seems like, because they're throwing the ball with such force and speed.
Hey, Ronnie, did you ever take bowling lessons at Country Club Lanes? Do you remember, what was his name? Bob Blakely? Wasn't that his name, the instructor there?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to slow the train wreck the show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I took lessons. I was in many leagues over there, though.
I just remember him 1, 2, 3, slide.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Do you remember Tom Robards?
Of course. What a great bowler he was. Did you know him well?
He was in my class at El Camino.
Okay.
And he had numerous 300 games.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was phenomenal. Yeah.
I never was lucky enough to do that, Ronnie. My highest game, and it was when I was about 15, was 276, I think.
I was right there also. That was about my highest game.
Yeah. My dad was a great bowler.
But I have all sorts of patches from being in league, from having a 600 series.
Mm-hmm.
Because you bowl 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bowled over, 3 200 games, they gave you a patch. So
I think it's an overlooked sport nowadays. When I'm channel surfing, and God knows I'm in the demographic that does that, if I come across in the sports section where you're thumbing through about 6 or 7 stations, if I see bowling and I'm not really seeing anything else, I will sit down and watch bowling. I'm Polish. It's the law. You have to do it.
I will watch bowling. I definitely will watch it. I don't go out of my way to watch it, but I will. It can be super exciting too. He needs to pick up the spare to stay in the game.
He needs to mark in this frame.
Yes. Yeah. And it goes silent.
Mm-hmm.
And then hits the spare and erupts. The crowd goes crazy.
I know. It gets so loud through your stereo system too.
Hey, let me finish up the room here. Oops. Oh, hold on. I saw Matt McGrew is here.
Hello, Matty. Good morning.
Yeah. My boy.
I want to make sure I speak to each of our viewers today.
Steve Klein.
Oh, good. Steve's here. That's awesome. He's a good commenter too.
He's giving us a thumbs up already.
Oh, good. See, well, we're on the same page. Brilliant minds think alike.
David Paisano's here.
Oh man, does he add to the show?
Let's see. That looks to be it. I hope I didn't miss anybody.
Okay, well, if we did, we're sorry. And as you comment, if we see a name that we didn't mention, we will certainly do that, because this show is nothing if not for our viewers who participate in the live chat room. And I just want you to know we appreciate it. May I ask you this? Does my, I'm looking on OBS. How does my background and my face look this week, viewers? I don't have it up yet, so I can't answer you or see them. What are people saying? The background is good. Things don't look too fuzzy. It was suggested to me by Jason yesterday that I put a light on each side of me, one over here and one over there.
Oh.
And so I've done that. I noticed there seems to be a little shiny glare right there, but the shadows are behind me, or that were behind me. You can't see those anymore.
Well, I will tell you this, that on Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
there is a little bit of shadow, like from your eyes down here, but in looking at it on YouTube, it looks better.
It looks better
So
this week.
yes, don't move. That's it. Perfect. Stay like that. There, perfect. Hold that.
Okay, go. No, I gotta see if I. Oh crap.
David Pisano says you look marvelous.
Well, thank you, David.
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay,
Jason's
so
here. Jason just popped in.
Matt says great, looks good. Sakar says Jason Tech Guy Studio. Rick
Yeah,
Clemenson says looking good, Lou. I'm watching on YouTube now as well. Okay.
and your background is very Hawaii 5-0-ish. I'm waiting for the theme music to start any second now.
Dun, 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 dun. What a great theme song. There are
It
some,
really
and you know
was.
what? You know who else had a great theme song was Magnum PI, which was from Hollywood. I mean, from Hawaii as well.
I don't remember his theme song.
Oh, I can't do it for you. I wouldn't do
Yeah.
it justice, but it's funny when you're a morning show radio guy. When you're talking and not playing music, they'd like to have what's called a music bed underneath you.
Yeah.
And depending on how long you're going to be talking, I mean, sometimes a TV show theme song is 30 seconds long. And it's not really a lot of time. Other times, it might be a minute. But so what I'm saying is we used to use the TV beds tunes all the time. So I'm pretty familiar with most of them.
Well, and I know I listen to my share of talk radio,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I do like the fact that they have their walk on music. Like coming back from a break.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's called bumper music.
okay, yeah, I didn't know the technical term.
Yeah.
Um,
You'll hear that amongst radio guys. Oh, that would make for a great bumper song.
yeah, and somebody I can't remember who it is. Somebody uses the Pretenders song.
Oh, have they used it for a long time?
Dun, 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 dun. And that's a great bumper song.
I got to
So,
remember now that I got to be careful with my neck. I can't be doing a lot of slapping it around or anything. Yeah, I don't want to turn it too
No-
fast. I mean,
no bobblehead for you, no bobblehead impressions.
it's exactly what I'm doing in physical therapy is strengthening my neck. So I
Ooh,
don't think I should be swinging it around too fast because something could happen.
I see a great suggestion in the chat.
Okay.
David Pisano says Mantasy draft best theme songs, television theme show songs. I think that would be good because you got Gilligan's Island. Everybody knows every word to Gilligan's Island.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Come and listen to a story about a man named Jed, poor mountaineer. I don't think we can do that.
What was the guy Garner that had the Private Eye show?
Oh, right. That's another one that we used to play all the time too on the radio.
Oh, boy.
Sakar has a joke there for you, Ronnie, that says the Pretenders sang that song. Let's keep it that way.
That's my line.
You know what my line is? Do you know why the Pretenders did that song? So you wouldn't have to. Rockford Files.
Rockford Files, yes.
Maddie was on that one.
Oh, man.
See, we're nothing without a backup net. We like to
Yes.
work with the net. And that's you are our net.
Yes. Well, and maybe we should announce the Mantasy draft today so that we can start getting some suggestions.
Okay, surely. Let's do that. Our Mantasy draft today is going to be on Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be football movies.
Oh, boy.
Okay? Football movies.
And I have one that is my all-time favorite, but unfortunately, I don't think it's mainstream enough that I can throw it on my Mantasy draft.
You know what no, it's far be it for me to tell you what to do. Sometimes I like to just hold that one back a little bit and see if it plays out.
And you know what? I actually have two that I love. One of them is very old. I think I saw the movie in like 1968. I wasn't an adult back then, but I remember seeing the movie, and it's a great football movie.
Well, here's a couple of suggestions. Paisano says The Longest Yard. Yep. Very, very funny movie.
And, you know, there's two of those. There's one with Adam Sandler as Crew, whatever his name is, and the other one, of course, is Burt Reynolds.
Right, which is the one I'm most familiar with. Although, you know, Adam Sandler is very funny. I don't care what people say. I know he's silly.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're in the mood for silly, man, he's got you.
Yeah.
All right. Rudy says Katie. Yes, that's a very good one, Katie.
Yep.
Brian Song says Matt McGrew.
Strong pick. That's a strong pick.
Could be on my list.
Yep.
The Recruitments.
I think it's The Replacements, isn't it? I think it's The Replacements, and I believe that's a Gene Hackman movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe Rick could ring in there because I can't switch off of my YouTube right now or I'll lose it.
Yeah, Rick, check that. I think it's The Replacements, not The Recruitments.
I keep waiting for somebody to come out of that tube right there and come flying over my head.
Jason says yes, it's The Replacements.
Okay, The Replacements.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the name of a band too?
Yeah, very likely. Yeah. And Rick says, it has Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've forgotten Keanu Reeves was in that, but yeah, Gene Hackman was definitely in it.
Melanie says,
Jerry Maguire.
Yep. That's a good one, Melanie.
Didn't even make my list because I don't think of that really as a football movie, but it definitely is.
It classifies.
Yeah, it definitely is.
In the research that it shows. So, no, let's just keep talking about them before we draw or draft, I guess.
What about Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? That's a football movie.
Yeah, I guess technically it is, huh? Is that the one?
Football players in that. Dan Marino's in it.
David Paisano says the blimp crashing at the Super Bowl. What movie was that? Wasn't that Ace Ventura? I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember either. Oh, I don't know. David, we may have to list this out. That's from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Oh, okay.
It's the kicker goes a little bit crazy because the laces weren't out, and he misses the extra point or the field goal that would have won the game.
Oh, right.
And then it goes Einhorn. I can't remember the other. There's two people that are the same, one and the same. You probably haven't seen Pet Detective in a long time.
It's been a long time.
But yeah.
Black Sunday, says Kathy. Did you see that Black Sunday from Kathy Garcia?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also did not make my list.
Nor mine. But one we should consider.
Junction Boys. Yeah, Junction Boys. It's apparently about Bear Bryant. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Look, I want to take a second while you folks are catching up in the comments with yours. I wanted to mention for a second, we've been doing this show for, 3 years, maybe longer, 4 years.
Long.
And I know it seems like 8, but
it's longer.
We do this draft every week. And we take a lot of pride in it, really. And it's kind of funny.
There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, there really is. And, you've got to narrow it down to 3 movies. And as Ronnie just showed you, he has a movie that he loves, but he doesn't think that it's mainstream enough for it to pull out a win for him. And I kind of liken that back to last week when I called into play. What was it, Ronnie? Oh, dang it.
Oh,
Oh, it was Robin Williams movies. Was that what it was? Yeah. And I called out, I forget. Anyway, and it lost it for
was
me.
your third.
Yeah, it lost it for me. And
Yeah.
and as I told you,
Yeah.
I saved that one and saved it just to see if I should play it, and I felt like I should, and it didn't work for me. So we take a lot of pride in
Yep.
this. So we
Yep.
count on you to vote. And we want you to take all things into consideration. And I don't want to drill this into your head, but you got to remember it's a 3-person team or a 3-object team.
Yep.
Whatever we're doing, it's a noun, a person, place,
You know
or
what?
thing.
And David Paisano's got a good one here too. He says The Blind Side.
Hard. It's on my list. We'll see
Yeah.
if it comes
Yeah,
down to
it's a
being
good one.
played.
Yeah, it's got America's Sweetheart in it. Any movie with Sandra Bullock in it should be on everyone's list.
Yeah.
She's an amazing actress.
I recently saw her on an episode of George Lopez. If I recall correctly, those two are kind of buddies.
Okay.
And so she came on the George Lopez show, and she played a kind of a kooky, crazy factory worker. He worked at an
Okay.
airplane plant,
Nice.
and she was like accident prone. It was a perfect role for her, but I couldn't believe it. Sakar says any movie with Sandra Bullock is garbage.
You know, I like not everything she does. But I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit too taken with Sandra Bullock.
I could be,
that,
Ronnie.
that might be it.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes you overlook somebody's shortcomings.
It's called the
If you're-
halo effect. Did you know that?
That it describes it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love studying people. You know, my whole life has been spent trying to figure out what the person was thinking before they did what they did or said what they said.
Yep.
And that leads us into this story I wanted to get to. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But I don't know if you heard this story or not, Ronnie. I'm stalling as I scroll way, way down. Prop bets, we're going to get to those as well. God dang it, Paige Van Zant. Morgan Wallen is a newcomer to the country genre.
Okay.
And he's got a couple of songs that are very catchy, and the ladies seem to enjoy him as well. However, the man can't stay out of trouble.
Oh no.
Billboard reports that while country music artist Morgan Wallen's radio airplay recently dropped considerably, the amount of stations playing his song, that is after TMZ posted a video of him shouting a racial slur that was recorded by his neighbors. Sales of his music have since quadrupled.
Well, it didn't work out exactly that way for Mel Gibson, but you know.
Wallen's music was swiftly kicked off of iHeart stations and other radio venues shortly after the video was released 4 days ago. And his label, Big Loud Records, announced that he was indefinitely suspended.
Oh.
Okay, this is where the story takes a turn, because you'll remember that one of my things is I always follow the money.
Right.
Always follow the money. Think of that first before you try to solve any solution. Well, here it is. Okay, so he was indefinitely suspended. But Billboard reports that sales of All Wallen songs jumped from 5,000 on February 2nd to 22,000 after the video was released, suggesting that the incident had done little more than raise his profile amongst certain parts of the country audience. You see what's happening here?
Yeah, I think I do. He's he you know what? You have to know the room that you're in. And apparently maybe his followers are of like mind. I don't know. It's like you said, that's typically something that's not going to work out very well for you. And somebody mentioned it here, the slip of a tongue, salty dog. Yeah, it's not, those things very rarely come back to help you in any way. They more likely come back to hurt you. So I don't know.
Well, so he said something, it was recorded, it surfaced, and his record label dropped him, suspended him indefinitely.
Yeah.
But then sales of his product skyrocketed, and they saw how much money they were making. And so now they're going to have to be faced with this moral dilemma.
Right. Yeah.
What do we do? Do we keep him suspended, allow another record label to pick him up and sell his music? Or do we just let him back in after a racial slur and pretend it all never happened and just wash our hands of the whole thing? What do you do?
It's quite a bit like the, what's our NASCAR driver, our local NASCAR boy?
Jeff Gordon?
No. They got suspended.
Oh, right.
God dang.
Yeah.
From Elk Grove.
Damn it. Well, somebody's got our back.
But he did the same exact thing, an inadvertent drop of a racial epithet, and they dropped him from the team. But lo and behold, if you're good enough, he got picked up by another team. So he's getting a second chance, and he certainly, he went through all the channels that he had to go through. He jumped through every hoop that they put in front of him to get back into NASCAR. So, hey, I think that maybe this singer, if everything, I don't know. It sounds like he probably won't try to make any amends for it, though, if that's his style. So we'll see.
We'll keep you posted. Let's move along right now and do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Where can I do it? Right here. And ready, and rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh. I noticed this week you didn't say anything before. So I wasn't quite in your mind as I would like to be. But now I am.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I'll take a tie anytime. I don't want a loss.
All right, here we go. And rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh!
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So in our Mantasy draft today, we are doing football movies. I've got to get over here to my notes. And I am going to pick... All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say Brian's song.
That was my number one pick.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I stole that one.
Yep.
I don't know if I would have done that if I got the 2 picks. And you'll notice I wasn't going to defer.
Yes.
I didn't mention it.
I picked that up right away.
All right.
Now, it kind of gives me an advantage a little bit because although that's a great movie, that's
not contemporary enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure that everybody, all of our watchers, have ever seen it because it's older. I don't know. That's from 72 maybe, or somewhere
Yeah.
around there. So
Wow. If you've never seen that movie,
you have to,
it
even
will
if you don't
make
know
a,
football.
it'll make a grown man cry every
Yeah,
time.
it transcends football. It's much more than a football movie.
It's the relationship between Gail Sayers and Brian Piccolo
Exactly.
for the
Yep.
Chicago Bears.
Good movie. Very
Uh,
good movie.
it,
Yeah.
a classic for all
Matt,
time.
Matt McGrew is saying Newt Rockne All American. That's another. That's an older football movie, but a great football movie.
Okay, so I've gone first and I've picked Brian's song. Ronnie is up next. He'll pick second in the first round and first in the second. Go.
Yes, and I'm taking Rudy.
Damn, I passed that up to.
Rudy, and then this one was a blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Friday Night Lights.
Okay, very good.
All about high school football.
I am going to pick second in the second round and first in the third. And I'm going to go with Remember the Titans.
Good one.
That's with Denzel Washington, isn't it?
It is. Yep. Remember Titans. Okay.
And I get a second pick?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Jerry Maguire.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Okay, Ronnie's got one more pick. He'll go second in the third round, so he'll pick now one more time, and then we'll ask you to vote, okay?
And I'm going to go with The Blind Side.
Damn it, that's the one I didn't choose.
Yep.
That is a good movie, and you got your girl.
Yes. So, although Friday Night Lights, I'm pretty sure is based off of a novel. I'm not sure if it's true, but I really prefer movies like my football movies where they're based upon a real person. So, like Brian's song is a no-brainer. But the one that I didn't want to throw out there because I don't think it was mainstream enough.
Yeah, what was that?
Paper Lion.
Oh, that was the story about
George Plimpton.
Right.
He was a sports writer for Sports Illustrated, and the Detroit Lions let him come to camp and practice as a rookie quarterback. And then I can't remember if it was at halftime. I think it was actually the 2 minutes before halftime. They let him go out there and run 4 plays. And so you can see what a normal Joe looks like on a field full of football players.
Right.
And it's a really great movie. I don't know if it would be on Netflix, but man, if you can find Paper Lion anywhere, you've got to watch it. And Matt says, great movie. He got to play. Yeah. He did.
You know, I got to say, if you never played one single down of football, you don't know that feeling of being completely consumed by your mind and the game as they meld into one. You are so psychologically focused on what your assignment is. You can barely even hear the crowd. You can barely hear your teammates around you. You're gasping for air. You may be playing in the rain or the snow, or you're freezing. They don't stop games for that kind of stuff.
No.
Maybe lightning.
So when I work, I do all the security at football games for Jesuit High School. Jesuit plays on Saturdays because their stadium does not have lights. And actually, they could have lights. Obviously, they could afford them, but they're in a very exclusive neighborhood, and the neighbors don't want Friday night games. So they play Saturday during the day. And a couple of years ago, we had a heat wave like no other in Sacramento. And at game time, which was 7 p.m., which was JV, and 9 p.m. or 8:30 ice for varsity, it was still over 100 degrees. I can't even imagine exerting that much in that type of, and it was humid when it was here too. I mean, Sacramento doesn't get crazy humidity, but it was probably in the upper 30s, 40% maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Miserable football weather for sure. I sure didn't feel like being out there working. I can't even imagine these kids out there running around.
Yeah, no, we used to have summer practices. They were 3 a day, and we would start at 5:30 in the morning. It'd still be dark out, and we'd practice for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours with sprints, and then we'd go home for a little while and watch The Price is Right, and then we go back at lunchtime and we go over films.
Yeah.
And then we would take off the afternoon and come back later in the evening when it wasn't quite so hot. Maybe it was not 105, it was 101.
Yeah.
But the thing I wanted to get at was back then, Ronnie, they would ration how much water we could have.
Right. Yeah. And that came from pro football. And you notice they don't do that anymore. Once a couple of pro football players die, that goes by the wayside. They stop doing it.
Never forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know. It's crazy to think about it, really. I mean, holy cow. If I'm at the gym and I'm on a treadmill, or if I'm on an elliptical and I'm cranking out sweat, you got to replace that. You have to replace those fluids.
Couldn't agree more, buddy. Couldn't agree more. But, excuse me, that's the way it was.
I can't imagine that more kids didn't cramp up, because that's what I get when I'm a little bit dehydrated. Holy cow. I get cramps like no other. And I get them in my abs. I get them in my legs, obviously. But, yeah, you have to drink water.
David Paisano says, is Forrest Gump a football movie? Alan Alda plays George Plimpton.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
And very well, too.
Very well.
Run, Forrest, run, says Paisano. Matt McGrew says, you are so right, Lou. Yeah, I enjoy hearing that, especially with Ronnie over here. I'm so right, Ronnie. You know what that infers? That infers that you're never right.
Oh, well, you know what? You know what we didn't do?
I know.
We haven't asked people to vote on our movies. So let me go through the teams real quick.
Yeah, because we're past the halfway mark already.
Yeah.
And I've got all the Super Bowl stuff.
My team, I started out with Rudy. Then I got Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got The Blind Side. Lou has Brian's Song, Remember the Titans, and Jerry Maguire. So who's got the best 3-movie team?
Please cast your vote now. Fast and Furious. Remember, vote once, but that's it.
Let's see your votes.
If you piss off Ronnie, first of all, it's going to make a rough half hour, second half of the show. And number 2, you know his patience and his attention span. So he might ban you, or he might suspend you.
That could happen.
So vote once, but do vote. How many people? 16 in the chat room.
16. All right. I got, oh, wow. Look at it. I got Lou. So I got 4 for Lou.
That's
I
5.
got 5 for Lou. I got 5 for Lou already. That's bad. Let me see. Where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Paisano is going to abstain.
6. Oh, wow.
Salty Dog says Lou for the win. Thank you, Salty.
Oh boy, look at this. It's an absolute run. I think that I really think that Brian's Song, there must be enough people in here that saw Brian's Song, because it is okay, I got 1. Cray. Thank you, Cray. Thank you for the sympathy vote.
That's okay. Cray knows not what he does.
And Randy's going to run his daughter to work real quick.
All right. Well, we'll just wait here. Hold on.
Yeah. Let us know when you get back. Oh, but he gave you his vote. He gave you a vote.
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah.
Randy
Brian
Brazil
and
says landslide.
yep. And Melanie said Brian's song and Jerry Maguire did it.
Yeah.
Yep. You really didn't remember the Titans. You know what? It was an inspirational movie, kind of. Shows you that, teamwork and even a bunch of but it's like so many other sports, teams. They take a ragtag group of kids and they turn them into champions, and kids from the wrong side of the tracks, and it's a very typical sports genre that you're going to do. So it's kind of like what was that Goldie Hawn movie, Wildcats or something, or
Where she played a football player.
she was a basketball coach.
Oh, I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, they're all just bad takeoffs of Bad News Bears. So
Okay, Ronnie, we're going to move on, and we're going to
Yeah.
talk about some Super Bowl facts.
okay.
Now, you do not know the answers to these, but you can certainly play along, and you can play along on our live chat. I'll try to go slow enough, but there's a lot of them. So, first question, Ronnie, right out of the box.
Right.
What team has the most Super Bowl appearances?
I would have to say, got to be probably the Patriots.
The New England Patriots have appeared in 11 Super Bowl games. 2018, 17, 16, 14, 11, 2007, 4, 3, 1, 1996, 1985. The Pittsburgh Steelers trail with 8.
Wow.
So the answer is 11 Super Bowl games for the New England dynasty.
Thank you. I did know that. And the only reason that you would assume that is because Tom Brady has been in 10 all by himself.
Ow.
So, yeah.
Damn it, I just kicked that drawer. It was open. Which team has the most Super Bowl wins, Ronnie?
I would say it's probably also the Patriots.
And one other.
Wouldn't be the Steelers, is it?
The Steelers and the Pats are tied with 6 championships apiece.
Okay.
Let's see. Which team has the most Super Bowl losses?
I would say the Bills.
No, I'm sorry, Ronnie. The answer is the Denver Broncos and Patriots are tied with 5 losses each. The Broncos have 3 wins, most recently back in 2016.
Well, I think the Bills were in it like 3 years in a row, weren't they? And they couldn't win it.
Was that with Jim Kelly?
Back when Jim Machine Gun Kelly was in there,
Yeah, I remember that.
they were in. They were a strong team.
What teams have never played in a Super Bowl?
Oh, let's see. Have the Jaguars been? I don't think so. Actually, I think they have been. Let's see. Who else? Who would not have been?
One team known for playing on Thanksgiving.
The Lions.
Correct.
Okay.
Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Houston Texans.
Oh,
And the
wow.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
okay. Yeah, so the Jaguars. All right. Well, I picked 2 of those.
Here's a good one, Ronnie. This is one for you to take to the Super Bowl party you're going to.
The garage sale.
Yeah, that's probably keto friendly, right? Which city has hosted the most Super Bowls?
I would imagine it's probably Miami. Oh, no, I want to change my vote. I'm going to say Houston.
Miami has hosted the Super Bowl 11 times, with Hard Rock Stadium hosting 6. The runner-up is New Orleans with 10.
I didn't mean Houston. I meant New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Right.
I was thinking Super Bowl or Superdome.
Now, here's one you can take to the Super Bowl party today and share.
Okay.
Has a team ever played a Super Bowl in its home stadium?
Besides today,
Yes.
Boy, I don't I don't think so.
You're correct. For the first time in the history of the Super Bowl, a team will play in its home stadium. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers earned that distinction after securing a spot in Super Bowl 55, which will take place today at Raymond James Stadium. What's the highest scoring Super Bowl game? Do you recall? You might have a special connection here.
I think it was it 49ers in San Diego?
That's the one.
Yeah.
They combined for the highest total, 75 points in Super Bowl 29. The 49ers, led by Jerry Rice and Steve Young, came out on top with a final score of 49-26.
I remember that we had 49. I absolutely remember that.
Yeah, I do. I remember that as well.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a sweatshirt with that score on it.
Has there ever been a year without a Super Bowl?
No.
Nope. There has been a Super Bowl every year since the event began back in 1967.
Yeah.
It wasn't called the Super Bowl then.
No, it was just the championship game or something, wasn't it? The AFC NFC championship game.
Here's a fact for you, Ronnie. How much do the Super Bowl rings cost?
Ooh, I would say they're probably upwards of $400,000. A lot of diamonds in them.
All right, let's see what we get here. The winning team normally receives about 150 gem-encrusted Super Bowl rings for players, coaches, and other important members of the organization. The total for the set adds up to about $5 million. William the Refrigerator Perry had a finger-sized 25 for his ring, and it was the largest made to date for his performance with the Bears back in Super Bowl 20.
I think 25 is roughly the size of my big toe.
Actually, it's the size of a tire on your truck. How much does the Lombardi Trophy cost? Or I'm sorry, weigh.
Oh shoot, boy, it's got to be probably, I would say 12 pounds.
7 pounds.
7 pounds.
It's valued at 50 grand.
Oh, that's nothing.
And finally, who has won the Super Bowl MVP the most times?
Let's see. It's got to be Brady.
That would be Greg, Peter, or Bobby?
I'm going to go with Mrs. Brady.
Mrs. Brady is your answer? Tom Brady has won the coveted MVP award 4 times, ahead of Joe Montana.
Yep.
3. No,
yep.
All due respect, Joe Montana. Linebacker Chuck Howley is the only player to win MVP for a losing team.
Oh, wow.
When his Dallas Cowboys were defeated by the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl 5. Super Bowl V.
Yeah, that's an early one.
So check this out. It is tradition for the Super Bowl MVP to be asked what his next move is. You know those commercials?
Yeah.
And they always reply, I'm going to
Disneyland.
Right. Well, first of all, Disneyland is not open.
Yeah.
Disney World is.
Okay.
The question will still be asked, but the Orlando, Florida theme park isn't holding its traditional post-game parade this year, wherein the winning player appears on a float. It's a pandemic, you know. The commercial tradition began, and you're going to love this. The commercial tradition began in 1987 with the New York Giants quarterback Phil Simms, who reportedly was paid $75,000 to say that.
Wow.
I don't know that they still do.
I think that's part of the pack, the most valuable player package is to get a little kick from Disneyland also.
So as we get closer and closer to Super Bowl 55, more and more betting money is coming in on the underdog Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, before we go too much further, Ronnie, are you prepared to make a prediction?
You know what? I've not watched 1 minute.
I'm aware.
So I know that the Chiefs were good this year, but they were not undefeated. And they actually lost a couple teams that they probably shouldn't have.
The Jets, I think, were one of them.
The Jets, they also just recently, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think they lost to, did they lose to Cleveland maybe? And not that Cleveland's bad this year.
No, they had
Cleveland
a good year.
Was actually, they had a decent record. I'm going to give it to the wily veteran. I'm going to say that Tom Brady pulls it out.
Okay, well, do you want to guess at a score? Not that it really is all that relevant.
Oh boy, I think I think the Chiefs are still going to put up some points. So I would say probably I'm going to make it 28-24.
Okay, that's a close game. 4 points difference.
Yeah.
Okay, if you'd have asked me this question last weekend, I would have told you that I will take Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. But the caveat, when I explained last week to my wife what my pick would be, I brought up something that really wore heavy on my mind all week long, which is never bet against Tom Brady. Never bet against Tom Brady.
Yep.
So last weekend, I was going to take Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I've completely changed my mind. I've gone the other way, and I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the score will be 37-31.
Ooh, okay. Also a close one.
I was hoping you and I would disagree on this and be able to vote, but that's just not meant to be. So
it really is. It's hard to bet against Tom Brady. And he's lost. And you know what? I think the common theme is when he's under some pressure, he's not as great as when he's just let alone to stand back there and pick apart the defense. So
he's a pretty tough guy. I'm going to say that he's a pretty tough guy. I mean, he's not linebacker size, but he's a pretty big guy.
And he's not much of a threat to take off and run with the ball. So if he's standing back there with the ball in his hands, you don't really need a spy on him. And Mahomes neither one of them are super athletic as far as quick running with the ball, but they can both get to the first down marker if they have to. So,
well, the Kansas City Chiefs opened up as a 3.5-point favorite over Tom Brady, and the Bucs and bettors jumped all over the Chiefs early on. After a few days after the odds were posted, a source reported that 3 six-figure bets on the Chiefs, with 76% of the bets and 80% of the money on Kansas City.
Wow. I mean, you'd really they're a force to be reckoned with. That team, they've got speed everywhere. It's hard to bet against them, but it's just a little bit harder to bet against Tom Brady. David Pazano said, boo. Oh, where is it? Here. Yeah, Brady had extra players on the field wearing stripes. So there's always something surrounding Deflategate where the balls were underinflated.
I saw a commercial today or maybe it might have been late yesterday, where because I was watching golf from Phoenix, which is fantastic. Are you familiar with that course?
No.
Oh, that's the course that has the stadium hole on 16, where it'll fit like 100,000 people circling the green on 16.
Oh, wow.
And it's a par 3, and if you hit a bad shot, you get booed. You seriously get booed.
Oh, geez.
But if you put it close,
the crowd goes crazy.
Oh, they love it. Anyway.
Did they do the wave?
Yeah, they do all that stuff. It's crazy, and it's a lot of college students. I know it is, and I'm sure a lot of beer is consumed at that hole, Ronnie.
I don't know. They tend not to drink in Arizona very much.
Really? Well, not for this golf tournament.
Kathy Garcia says, "I hope Brady breaks his leg." I never wish injury on a player, but somebody's bound to get hurt. At every Super Bowl game, somebody has gotten pretty injured and has to be carted off, and it's, obviously it's the end of their season, but there have been a few career-ending injuries in Super Bowl games.
Well, and it's the most important game of your life.
It's what you work all year for, maybe your whole life.
Exactly. Maybe you're not Tom Brady and you haven't made 11 appearances. Maybe you're a rookie who fell into a position because somebody got hurt and you've managed to keep that, and you're going to the damn Super Bowl, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Doesn't there's not a lot of players that have been to more than one.
You don't know if you'll ever get back there.
Right. Even on a great team. I know I was such a 49ers fan. I still like the 49ers, but they had a pretty good run of going to Super Bowls, and they did it with a lot of different players. So even though they were in it for the whole decade, they did it with Joe Montana and they did it with Steve Young. So they did it with Terrell Owens and they did it with Jerry Rice. They did it with John Taylor, and just different. They were kind of great in that way. When one piece gets out, they have a piece to put in its place that's as good, if not better. So I think that's what great teams really do, is there's no fall off in the talent section for them.
Yeah. The pool of that talent is key, really. So for the first time ever, you're not going to see a Budweiser commercial.
Ooh.
You're not going to see a Coca-Cola commercial with the polar bears.
Okay.
PepsiCo will not have a commercial during the game, but will be sponsoring the halftime show.
Okay.
Hyundai has run advertisements in 12 of the past 13 games, and they've been among the big games most popular, but they too are sitting out 2021. They're allocating the money elsewhere.
Wow. Well, I think some of my favorite commercials are Doritos. Doritos has some of my favorite commercials, Super Bowl commercials at least. And although I won't be watching the game, it's only a matter of a couple days and somebody will have compiled the Super Bowl commercials on the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So I'll be watching the YouTubes for my Super Bowl commercials.
Well, then you should know. Here is the forecast for Raymond James Stadium, the site of Super Bowl 55. Thunderstorms last night. As for Super Bowl Sunday, thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy late, high of 73. Chance of rain is about 80%, and the wind will be at 5 to 10. And I say that because it's important because of field goal.
Right.
In the evening, when the game will be played, mostly clear skies, low of 56, winds light and variable. So there you have the forecast for Tampa Bay.
Well, you know what? And honestly, I think that a slightly sloppy field has to go in the Bucs' favor, because the Chiefs are so speedy that it might actually slow them down a little bit if the field's a little bit soggy.
Yeah, hard to say. Prop bets. Oh, here's a fact I found that might be helpful if you're going to a party. The Chiefs went 9 straight games without covering the spread.
Ooh.
They did not cover the spread as favorites in the wild card round against Washington, but won outright despite being underdogs against the Saints and Packers in the divisional round and the NFC game. The over and under, it opened at 57.5. It's down slightly to 56.5 in spite of the weather. One of the prop bets, the coin toss.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's something we can bet on right there, Ronnie.
Yep. You know what? I used to go to Super Bowl parties, and you had to bring $31 bills with you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not going to that party?
No, it was so much fun because they timed the national anthem.
Right.
They had an over-under for the national anthem.
I have a story about that as well.
And then they would say, what at what point will the first penalty be thrown? They have a marker. It's going to come in the first quarter, probably. But every type of crazy little thing you could bet on, everybody put $1 in it. And some of them would have like an actual pool. If it was a yes/no question, then everybody that wins just splits the money that's in that pot. But some of them, in fact, I think like the last one was based on the final score. And so somebody's going to collect all that money all to themselves. But it's a lot of fun. If anybody's going to a party and you can arrange a bet like that, do it.
Yeah.
It makes the game so much more fun. Although somebody has to be watching all these things.
Right.
So there is that.
Sucks to be that guy.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Super Bowl 55 takes place in Tampa today, and reporters all over the country are looking for unique angles in their coverage of the big game. Given that he works in nearby Orlando, this guy found his niche standing outside of Raymond James Stadium on Friday, recording some of the sounds coming from inside. That's how he ended up posting a video of Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church's national anthem practice run on his Twitter feed, clocking in at 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Do you see what he's done here?
Oh, dang.
He's tipped off the entire betting world.
Yeah, he's ruined that bet.
Given that the length of the anthem is a well-known prop bet, that's some pretty valuable information. And in terms of this year's anthem, the over and under was sitting at around 2 minutes, depending on the odds makers. Demi Lovato clocked in recently at 1 minute 49 seconds. That was last year.
Okay.
So Eric Church's version with his duet with this person went 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So I'm going to take 2 minutes, 16 seconds.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. All right. And let's see. I won today's Mantasy draft.
Going away.
Yeah.
I had one vote as far as I counted.
So
thank you, Cray.
I'm gonna take tails in the coin toss.
I'll go heads.
All right.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me mark these. This is wrong. This is Lou. I'm sorry. What did you say you're taking?
Tails.
Tails. Tails is Lou. Heads is Ron. Okay.
And I'll defend this goal.
Speaking of bad national anthems.
Yes.
Yep. Roseanne Barr obviously is got to be right up there, but
disgraceful.
Have you seen that? Hers is absolutely disgraceful. That's disgraceful. But there is a singer out there who did one at I think it was the NBA All-Star game. Do you remember Fergie doing the national anthem?
Oh, yeah. She was a rather attractive young lady, as I recall.
Yeah. She's not unattractive. She's in that group. What's the name? I can't think of the name of the group. But what is it? Black Eyed Peas. She's in Black Eyed Peas. Yes. But she also has a solo career, and she can sing. She's a great singer. But her version of the national anthem at the NBA All-Star game, they they go down the line as the players are trying to stand there solemnly as it's being sung, and they're laughing. They're cracking up because it was very bad. And I bet that version took 3 minutes. It was so long, and I don't know.
With all that yodeling.
Yeah, I know she could do it better. There's no doubt she could do it better.
I may have seen that.
Oh, she did the worst possible. Check the YouTubes when you're done.
All right.
For Fergie's version of the national anthem at an NBA All-Star game.
We'll put this one under the category, it could happen. It could happen, Ronnie. After Major League Baseball removed Dodgers third baseman Justin Turner from the final game of the World Series due to a positive COVID test, the NFL acknowledged that it was unlikely but possible that a similar event could transpire in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Check this out. That remains the case. According to a source with knowledge of the situation, the teams will submit to an off-site PCR test on Sunday morning under the normal same-day protocols for night games. Results of those tests generally are obtained in the evening, so it's possible that the results will be returned during the game, and it's possible that a player in the game will test positive.
I'd say it's 1 in a million.
Really, Ron? Really? 1 in a million?
So you're saying there's a chance.
What if it's Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or somebody like that? Then what? Then what, Spanky?
If it's one of your superstars,
then really what, Karen?
Can you imagine? I saw that some guy, he had placed a bet for over $2 million, and I can't remember who he put it on. I think he put it on the Bucks. But holy cow, if suddenly Tom Brady goes down, I don't even know who their backup is, honestly. Do they even have a guy? They may not have suited up any backup quarterbacks.
Oh, it's probably that guy on the sideline that holds the balls and throws them in and out. He's got that, that vest that he puts a ball here and a ball here. I got you right here, ref. There you
go. He might be the backup quarterback. Yep. David Pisano says that Brady's old enough to get the vaccine.
Silly.
So man. There is that.
Randy Brazil is back. Good morning, Randy.
Oh, and David Pisano says the mattress king of Texas bet $3 million
I was reading
on the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Wow. He may be down to the mattress prince if he loses that bet, or maybe the mattress popper.
Are we still doing a show? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I was watching something else.
Can, you watching Fergie?
No. Friday night, Paige Van Zandt learned the lesson a hard way. Bare knuckle boxing isn't the easy payday it might appear to be from the outside.
Ooh.
Did you see her face?
She's a vicious. I did not see it. I don't watch bare knuckle. I'm an MMA guy, but Paige Van Zandt, she's a monster.
She got the crap kicked out of her. Her face was tore up. In the main event of a fight card in which Van Zandt lost in her much-hyped BKFC debut, dropping a unanimous decision to Britton Hart, 49-46, at Knucklemania. Get Knucklemania today. Sunday. Sorry.
Yeah, that sport is it's not super mainstream yet. So I have a hard enough time following the MMA stuff. Especially now there's no crowds. They're not playing to crowds. They're still doing pay-per-view, but they just had pay-per-view, or they just had 257 was just recently on. It was a good one.
Jim Nantz will call Super Bowl 55 for CBS. Whether the network has him on board for any more Super Bowls could depend on upcoming contract negotiations. I'm actually in contract negotiations right now for this show. I don't know if you know that or not, Ronnie.
I did not. No. Well, good info.
As to whether or not I'll return for another year.
I'm
To the New York Post, Nant's contract with the network will expire summer 2021. And according to the Post, Nantz is seeking Tony Romo money.
Ooh, boy.
Another report.
Well, then Nance might get injured during one of the broadcasts.
No body, no crime.
Yeah.
People are saying ESPN is hoping to lure Nantz away from CBS when his contract expires. Boy, that's a good position to be in. Nantz, Nantz 61,
he's
currently makes $6.5 million.
That's insane for announcing a game. You know what? He's good. I'm going to say he's good. He's not. He's nowhere near my favorite of the announcers. I like almost everybody better than him. So, but he's fine. He does it just fine. It's just not my cup of tea.
I thought I had the number that Tony Romo got. I don't see it here. It says Joe Buck makes $10.5 million. That's at Fox.
You know what? And yeah, I'm also not a gigantic Joe Buck fan. I don't know. There's something about him. And
Yeah,
as far as color commentators go, Tony Romo is amazing as a color commentator. When I was watching the NFL, he would tell you, well, this is what I feel they're going to do here. And then they would go ahead and do it. He's a pretty good football mind. I think that Tony Romo is destined to be a coach at some point because he really does know football inside and out. I also, I think Troy Aikman, his insights are pretty good on broadcast football. So it's a very broad field, but I really only have a couple that I like to listen to. And Jim Nantz and Joe Buck are not in my top three.
Agreed.
So,
agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're about out of here. I want to leave everybody who's viewing today with a couple of thoughts. Number one, go ahead and like this episode, okay? That's really working out very well. The split is 70% of our subscribers watch the show every week, and 30% are non-subscribers, and I'd like to convert those people. So subscribe if you will. You're watching on YouTube right now, and the button is right there. We could use a few new subscribers. That would be terrific. And also, on our Facebook page, I want to check something out. If you would go there, at Men Are So Smart, if you'd go there and click check in, I want to see what happens. Because we don't really have a location for you to check in. So go to Facebook, go to our page, Men Are So Smart, and click check in. And check in with Men Are So Smart, okay? What else, Ronnie? Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep. And just on your way out today, there we go. There's another. We got 7 thumbs up now. I know there's 15 people watching. So on your way out, hey, click that thumbs up button.
Please do. Yep. We're having our annual Super Bowl party over here at the Gallagher compound. Now, you know how that works, Ronnie. I invite all the people that I enjoy. Just the people that I like. So
it's pretty much just you.
It's just me and my wife if she's bringing food into the room.
That's allowed.
Then she can come in. Otherwise, I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. Well,
we're going to have pork rinds. We're going to have nachos. We're going to have deli sandwiches. What else am I forgetting? Chips and dip. Oh, it's going to be very festive over here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the pork rinds are 100% keto, super keto food right there.
Well, that's
So
why I'm meeting him.
yeah, yeah, of course, duh.
Yeah, duh. Man cannot live on pork rinds alone, Ronnie. You know that.
No, no, I have my container. I could show you over here of pork rinds, and it's a big container. Hey, Kathy
So,
Garcia, he's watching the game alone this year. Well, you know what? That may not necessarily be a bad thing, Kathy. Nobody to annoy you, or you know what is worse? During the commercials, during when you're watching at a Super Bowl party, during the commercials, people start going crazy and talking amongst themselves. Hello, I'm watching the commercials. Can you shut up?
I know. That's why I don't like going to parties like that.
Yeah.
A bunch of drunk, loud guys. Did that in
Melanie's
college.
Melanie's taking her mom to brunch for her birthday today. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
That is so nice.
Yep.
And Melanie's so lucky to have her mom.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Yep.
Yep.
And she is a sweet, sweet lady too.
All right. Well, hey, I got to get out of here. We got to go start that garage sale.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. There may be a big crowd over there waiting for us already.
All right, Ronnie. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead here. All right. Go to our Facebook page and check in. Okay, do that. Subscribe to the channel. Like the episode. That's about all I got on this end, Ronnie. I hope you have a great Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy your garage sale. We'll see you next weekend, okay? We're gonna try to sign off now.
All right, here we go. Here goes nothing.
Okay, so let's see. I think I'm supposed to click this right here, and this should take us to our logo. Here we go.
Okay. And
So that's good right there. I tell you what.
I'm watching the YouTubes.
Are you watching? Are we still on?
Well, yeah, but there's a delay, so could be okay still.
Okay, well, I think we're off.
Oh, okay. Well, our video's off, but we have been having this problem. Let's see. Oh,
no one says we're on, so I guess we're off.
Still 15 people watching.
I wonder how that banner got so big right there.
It's a little bit too big. It says men
are so smart.
So smart.
Smart.
Men are so smart.
Smarmy.
Have you seen that Geico commercial where the captain is directing lady to a parking spot in a shopping mall? Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, I think our audio is still on.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Huh.
Arg.
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 Mateys.